Part B. Given that the component works, find the probability that Val bought the component from supplier B. Okay, so this is the probability that it's B given that it works. So if you want to use the formula, that would be the probability that it's B and it works divided by the probability it works, which you can pick out from our previous calculation. The chance it's B and it works is the 1/10 times the 0.55 divided by the overall chance. Or you can just do it by basically looking back at this answer. You don't really have to think of the formula. You can just look at this and go, right, it's got to be one of these three answers. So rather than being out of the total of all 6 of them, it's out of the total of these 3 of them, which we've already got. So always make sure that the answer that you've got from a previous part of the question is the answer you need to use on the next bit of the question. They might try and trip you up and change it. But then we're just basically saying what proportion of this total is made up by this particular root we're interested in. So that would then be what's the probability it was this root out of the total. So it's the root that you want, which is BW, out of the total of all the roots that gave you the W. Okay? So you don't have to think about the formula if you don't want to. You are effectively still using the formula. It just, doesn't really matter if you don't formally use it. So that gives you 55 out of 854, which you could write as a rounded decimal 0.0644 if you want it. If you did give a decimal that needs rounding, make sure you give 3 significant figures and don't round it to less than that.